Welcome back, everybody. Let's make some glazed pork belly. So remember, for complete ingredient lists and instructions, check out the description below. But to start, we're going to cut up 3 cloves of garlic. These do not have to be cut super small because they are going to be aromatics in a braise that we're going to use for the pork belly. So next we'll cut up some ginger. And after we get our ginger cut up, we're going to then cut up some lemongrass. So these are pretty big, but you can get smaller ones at your grocery store. The biggest thing to remember with lemongrass is that in order to get that flavor out, you got to hit it with the back of your knife so that you can get that juice and aromatics out. Next, we come to the star of the show, a piece of beautiful pork belly. So throw that on your cutting board and start slicing through this pork belly. You're going to slice it long ways, and then you're going to turn it, and you're going to slice it the other way. And when you get this done, you are going to have some pieces that are about the size of your thumb or your finger. So take 1 whole box of 32 ounces of chicken stock and throw that into a pot, and then pour your pork in there. And next, add in all your aromatics, the lemongrass, ginger, and garlic, and you are going to bring this to a simmer. So one thing to note here is you want enough liquid in here because it's going to simmer for about an hour and a half. So I added another cup of water to this. But bring it up to heat and then slap a lid on it and let it simmer slowly for an hour and a half. When you're done, it should look like this, and it's beautiful. Next, we need to make our sauce, which is just going to be 3 cloves of garlic and ginger in equal amounts. And to make our sauce, we start with a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. To that, we are then going to add in 1/8 of a cup of rice vinegar, or just fill that 1/4 cup halfway up. To that, we're also going to put in 2 tablespoons of oil. This is your choice of oil. I'm using grapeseed here, but olive oil is fine. Next, you're going to put 1/8 of a cup of fish sauce into this. Fish sauce is very potent, so don't go overboard. You could do a little more if you want, but I just use 1/8 of a cup. And next, we're going to add in the ginger and the garlic. This, again, is 3 cloves and about 1 thumb. You want it to be about equal parts. Once you get that included in there, we're then going to add some sweetness. So you want a tightly packed 1/4 cup of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, just use regular sugar. And then for your heat level, I put in red pepper flakes. You could also put in like a Thai chili or a serrano if you really want to kick this up, but then give it a good stir. That's it. That's your glaze, folks. So once you get that done, you're going to go to a pan with just a little bit of oil, and you're going to add in all of that already braised pork. And I pick out the ginger pieces here. This is also where you would pick out the lemongrass. Get rid of all that stuff because it's no good to eat. And then you're just going to cook this on a medium heat. Pro tip, put a lid on because this grease, it starts splashing everywhere. And what you're looking for is to get a nice brown all over this. And once it's where you want it to be, go ahead and throw that glaze into the pan, and we are just going to slowly cook this glaze. Make sure you stir it. You don't want it to burn. And at this point, it's up to you. I cook this down to where it gets very thick, to where it's a glaze. If you don't want it quite so thick, don't cook it as long. It's all already cooked. So it really is your preference here. So it should look like this as it's simmering. And again, the longer you cook this, the better it's going to get. And finally, when it reaches that point, go ahead and put this into a bowl. And I like to top this with just some fresh sliced green onion. And there you go, folks. Here is a beautiful glazed pork belly. Again, if you are enjoying the content on this page, please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe.